Hello, welcome to Jen's Jungle. My name is Jen and this is my jungle and this is my Monstera Albo. I wanted to show you guys the progress on the air layering that I did on this beauty about 3 weeks ago is when I started it. I am so pleased of how it's progressing. And then I also wanted to show you how to do it. So if you wanted to try it, I highly recommend it because it is, you're propagating it, you're rooting it while it's still attached to the mother plant. So I feel like it's safer, and the transition from propagation to its own pot, I feel like it's less stressful. But I checked on the roots every week and I was so surprised after, I don't think it was even a week when I checked on it, and the roots were already forming. So yeah, so happy about it. I got this plant about 3 months ago. It was right before my birthday in September. So it was about 3 months ago that I got this, and I was so scared and nervous actually to get this plant because yeah, they're so hard to come by, and especially this big. This one here has 10 leaves and so many growth points. This thing's just going crazy. And I live in the Midwest and we're going into the winter season right now, so I'm really actually surprised that it's just going crazy right now. So I'm so pleased. But yeah, anyway, I've got, hopefully you can see that, I've got 3 sections here that I'm propagating. This one's just in cling wrap, and then this one's got in the plastic cups. There's another one, and there's another one under there. So you don't need anything fancy for this. Like I said, cling wrap, saran wrap, plastic clear cup. You can use colored cups too. I just like the clear ones because I like to see the roots forming. And then you need sphagnum moss, moist sphagnum moss. You don't want it sopping wet, so I'm gonna have to wring this out a little bit because it is a little bit too damp. I'd like to try also perlite sometime. I haven't propagated in perlite yet, but I'm very curious to see how that would go. I think it would go real well. So yeah, so let me go ahead and show you guys how this is going. Let me put that there. Okay, so we'll start with this one here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a really nice growth point right there. So excited, and the variegation looks like it's gonna be amazing. I've only had to re-moisten the sphagnum moss once, so yeah, this is always so nerve-wracking. And then sometimes the sphagnum moss like to stick. That's the only complaint I have with the moss, is that it likes to stick on the roots, or you can't tell which one is the root and which one is the moss. So here's a really nice root coming out right there. Hopefully you guys can see me. Trying not to hide. Okay, I'm just gonna make a mess here. Trying to be careful, but that's looking so good. I feel like too with the air layering, you don't have to worry so much about the rot, which is so awesome. That is always like the #1 worry, is the rot. Okay, I'm hoping you guys are gonna be able to see this, but hopefully you guys can see the progress there. It's got a bunch of little roots that's forming there, and then there's a nice growth. Let me open up this one. This one is, I've been staring at this one because you can see the root right there. Okay. This cling wrap is really good at This one's a really sticky one, so I haven't had to use additional fasteners or anything. Just been sticking really nicely. Again, making a mess. There's no better way to do this, so. Hopefully you guys can see that one. I'll get out of the frame here so you guys can see. Can you guys see that nice? Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's going really nice. And let's see how this one is doing. I was really nervous about getting this plant, this Monstera Albo, because it's a little pricey, but also I've read that it's a little bit on the picky side, so I was nervous about that, but it's actually been really easy. So sorry if I'm hiding behind the plant. Here I am. This one's doing good too. So excited. I just love looking at the roots. I still like water propagation, but with a plant like this, I worry about the root rot. So this is why I opted for this one, and I am so happy with the results. Sorry, I'm speaking behind the, the plant here, but I highly recommend this, and this one is doing good too. Hopefully you guys can see. I apologize if you cannot. So you guys can see, hopefully that'll show through. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit so that I can bring you a little bit closer to this guy right here. So just a little plant anatomy here. This is obviously the leaf, and then what's attached to the leaf is the petiole. It's not the actual stem. So that's the leaf, this is the petiole, and then the petiole, turn it this way. The petiole is attached to the stem, which is right there. And then this part right here, hopefully you guys can see it, it's where the stem meets the petiole. That is a node. And then aerial roots would be these guys right here. It's coming off of the stem. So this is what you want to try to root. Hopefully you guys have some aerial roots on your Monstera plants, which I'm sure you do because they usually do. And that is where you want to try to air layer from. Okay, so let me adjust. And then this here is the aerial root. And this is what we are going to be air layering today. I wanted to show you on this one. So I've got sphagnum moss here, and it, like I said, it's a little damp. So I'm just gonna squeeze the excess water out. That way it's just moist, but not soaking wet. So that one is good to go there. And I went ahead and cut up a piece of the cling wrap. That way you guys can see how I'm doing this. So you're just gonna lay your sphagnum moss on the cling wrap, and I am getting some more. There you go. So hopefully you guys can see that properly. So I am going to be wrapping that around. And I'm gonna put some of the moss on top also, so that way I'm just surrounding it. Surrounding that aerial root with the sphagnum moss. And then here at the tip as well. That should be good. And then I just simply just wrap it however it will work for you. Like I said, you can use a sandwich bag and then put your moss in there, put your aerial root in there, and just kind of fold it however it'll work. So I'm just gonna twist it around. Twist it around. And then I'm just gonna simply just twist it around the stem. This cling wrap clings really well, so I'm not gonna need additional ties or anything, but you certainly can use a string or you can use rubber band. But this is a really good one. The Glad cling wrap is really good. So I left a little bit of like hole here so that way it's not completely totally wrapped. I get worried about the root rot, so I want it to breathe a little bit. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Yeah. Check on it every few days, every week, and see how it's doing, making sure that it's not rotting, and eventually you're gonna get a nice growth out of that. So that is it, you guys. It's as simple as that. If you guys enjoyed that air layering little lesson right there, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. That way you can follow up with when I actually snip these little babies off the mother plant, which I'm super excited for, but I'm also kind of sad about it because I want this thing to get bigger, but it'll get there. I really wanted to air layer and I really wanted to make more babies off of this one. So it'll be good, it'll be good. But yeah, hit that subscribe button and I will show you guys what kind of potting medium I'm gonna put it in. So yeah, don't miss out on that. Like and share with your plant friends, and until next time, thanks you guys for watching.